Hello, dear friends. As the cold weather sets in, so does the information freeze, and the business of chestnuts and warm, cozy shelters for those who can afford them increases. Opinion piece. The banker's business. The end of the world is for sale. The rich keep their gold in bunkers. Gold prices over $1,800 an ounce. Extremadura leads the energy change. NASA director says we are not alone. Let's start. The underground bunker business is booming among the rich. Since the beginning of the crisis, underground shelter companies have increased their sales tremendously, and now even more so due to the arrival of winter. The aim is not to build a mousetrap, but a sturdy place where people can live quietly and safely. A 250 square meter bunker for 4 people to survive 2 years self-sufficiently would cost €500,000. Could cost, because there are several prices. The truth is that luxury survival has become a real up-and-coming market. There is a mad rush among the elite to secure survival shelters. The rich and powerful seem to know that something big is coming soon, so they are preparing now by stockpiling as many survival supplies as they can get their hands on before they run out. At the moment, these companies operate in very wealthy countries. However, they have already made clear their intentions to land in the Spanish market. Maginot reported that it was planning to expand its business and build underground shelters with 45 high-end apartments in the vicinity of Marbella. This company knows how to choose the specific point of the Spanish geography where there is money and therefore more concentration of its potential clients. Definition. A bunker is a construction made of iron and concrete, which is used in wars to protect against bombardment, both by aircraft and artillery. Bunkers have a military use, although sometimes also civilian or mixed. To bunkerize means to isolate, protect, armor, or shelter something or someone as in a bunker. For example, it is said that the owner bunkerized his safe. They have successfully bunkerized the institution. The party has bunkerized, for example. Bunkers came into vogue in the First World Wars of the 20th century, and soldiers used them to barricade themselves against enemy attack, and they have often been used for storage as well. Generally, industrial bunkers include mining sites, food storage areas, material dumps, data storage, and sometimes housing. They were built primarily by nations such as Germany during the World War II to protect important industries from aerial bombardment. Industrial bunkers are also built for control rooms for hazardous activities. For example, rocket engine testing, experimental explosives, or as a storage for the radioactive, explosive, or other hazardous items which can be military or civilian in nature. Bunkers were employed on a massive scale, especially in World War II, and were also built in the Spanish Civil War, especially along the island coasts, forming defensive barriers that sometimes extended for hundreds of kilometers. The most famous case was the so-called Maginot Line, built by the French government between 1927 and 1936 along the German border, and the bunkers built by the Nazis along the French coast. Bunkers are also built in Israel today for biological and missile attacks. Switzerland. Hiding money, gold or jewelry so as not to declare them, or documents so that they do not come to light, that is the purpose of Swiss bankers, increasingly popular among millionaires who want to keep their fortune underground. Swiss bank accounts are no longer secret, but there is no obligation for the time being to declare the gold stored in high security warehouses. According to Bloomberg, there are about 1,000 military bunkers in Switzerland, and about 100 of them have been sold in recent years. It is estimated that about 10 of them hide reserves of gold and computer software. Switzerland has an intricate network of thousands of small military fortifications connected to each other by subway galleries. Deployed along its borders, this defense mechanism began to be erected during the Second World War to deter foreign powers from invasion. With the end of the Cold War, taking advantage of the change in the political situation, the Swiss army began to dispose of some of these properties by putting a significant number of bunkers up for sale. 10% of these facilities have been converted into vaults for the storage of gold. Buried in the bucolic scenery of the Swiss mountains, they hide real private Fort Knox that promise their clientele a safer and more confidential option for their capital than the classic Swiss accounts. Gold has historically played the role of a cushion to which the wealthy classes have entrusted their savings during periods of great economic instability. The precise location of the vaults in the geography of the Alpine country is a complete mystery. The entrances are characterized by thick metal doors set into granite walls that lead to other chambers in the manner of matryoshkas or traditional Russian dolls, with even more metal doors. Various computer security systems, such as a code entry, facial recognition, or iris identification, are used to prevent access. Economy. Gold rallies above $1,800 to post bad performance since early September. Gold prices climbed back above 1,800 an ounce on Friday to post the highest performance since early September, as a disappointing number of people chose to join in the labor force last month, and rising inflation dulled prospects for stronger economic growth. Gold poised for weekly gain. Gold prices were on track for a weekly gain on Friday, as the Federal Reserve and Bank of England held steady on interest rates despite rising inflationary risks, boosting the appeal of non-yielding bullion. Spain. Extremadura leads the way in energy change. Extremadura has a plan to supply its consumption with photovoltaic plants or even lithium mines. It is already considered the country's battery, and is ahead of the rest of the autonomous communities in looking to the future without fossil fuels. José Moro and the Consentino Group received the Ponce de León Awards in Miami. The Consentino Group and José Moro of Bodegas Emilio Moro, two Spanish companies with solid commitment to internationalization, received this Friday in Miami the Ponce de León Awards for Company of the Year and Executive of the Year, respectively. Paying for work. The Madrid Young Lawyers Association has initiated a procedure to denounce the bad practices of some law firms which charge hundreds of euros to students about to finish their degree to work in their law firms as interns. Curious. Media reveals Russian military secret weapon. The Beriev A-50U, the deeply modernized version of Russia's A-50 flying radar reconnaissance aircraft, will play an important role in ensuring the effectiveness of Russia's military intelligence capabilities on the battlefield. National interest contributor Mark Episcopos believes. NASA hit says we are probably not alone in the universe. Bill Nelson, the head of NASA, recently said he believes we are not alone in the universe. In an interview with the University of Virginia's Center for Politics, he shared his views on the possibility of extraterrestrial life. I talked to politics professor Larry Sabato. No, not me. Larry Sabato, he stated, in quotes, "My personal opinion is that the universe is so big, and now there are even theories that there could be other universes. If that's the case, who am I to say that planet Earth is the only location of a civilized, organized life form like ours? Are there other extraterrestrial planets out there? I certainly think so, because the universe is so big." Advices: dissolving separation as we prepare for the new Earth energies by Luna. Always remember, you don't have to be anything to anyone. Being yourself without explanation is all the universe asks. Practice kindness and compassion, but maintain healthy boundaries. Your space is sacred and you deserve to be treated well. Listen carefully. Your soul and your physical self will tell you when you need a break. Respect yourself as you would respect others. Teach by example. Keep learning. Knowledge is a path to greater wisdom and growth. Don't put yourself on hold to please others. Be who you are. Be proud of what you have accomplished, and most importantly, find time to love. Love often and like never before. Stay in your heart and send your love out into the world. Be kind because you can. Be happy because it's a choice. Be serene in the knowledge that you are a child of God. Stay in your heart no matter what. Remember that darkness is only the absence of light. Hold on tight because you know the way. Know that you are never alone. Remember to always be true to yourself. Most important of all is to dream and believe. Keep dreaming the world we want to see. Know that it matters to many. Drink plenty of water because it helps the body incorporate more light energy. Never ever give up on yourself. Don't let dense energies get you down. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.